Hey, I'm Dr. Shane Ashline here with Oak City Chiropractic, and today I'm going to be talking to you about one of the best kept secrets in Raleigh, the Movement Lab. This is Alex Tansky. He's owner and one of the coaches here. Why don't you give us a little intro about what the Movement Lab is all about?
Yeah, definitely. So the Movement Lab, what we really do here is we try to help people through progressive strength training. And what does progressive strength training means? It kind of means a couple things. One is where people, when they train, where they kind of get stuck is not necessarily knowing A, where to start, and B, where to go. There's thousands of exercises out there. And so our specialty is really taking people and finding the right progression to start and kind of where to go from there. And so someone could still take our like progression and regression list, but it's really our coaching and knowing when to progress somebody that really takes them to that next level. And then the other meaning of kind of like progressive strength training is really, I think, our approach where, gone are the days of bicep curls and leg extensions. We don't train bodybuilders. We're not bodybuilders. What we want to do is take a more comprehensive view of the human body, of biomechanics, and train someone to be as strong as they can as a unit as how they move in kind of real life.
Yeah, that's something we like about you guys at Oak City Chiropractic. I can give you a patient that might be in some kind of form of rehab or even past rehab, out of the acute healing phase, and you guys can take them to that next step for us to kind of bridge that gap from being injured to being healed to being strong. And that's something I really enjoy about the Movement Lab. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? What's your background? How'd you get into it? What are you certified in? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, definitely. So I was actually a poli-sci major in college. And so after a brief stint in marketing, realized that was not what I wanted to do. Right. It was actually the highlight of my day was training at 6 a.m. And then also kind of like a background in baseball and training. And that's kind of where I realized where I wanted to go. So that was about almost 13 years ago now that I kind of made the transition over to strength conditioning. So after, internship, after, basically college level courses, kind of found myself in this field, and I've been kind of full time in that field since about 13 years ago, right? So, certification wise, I'm a certified personal trainer through the National Strength and Conditioning Association. I'm also a elite instructor under Strong First. In Strong First, they call themselves the School of Strength. So all that means is I've collected all of the certifications that they have, whether it's 2 kettlebell ones, a bodyweight one, and a barbell one. So,
gotcha. Yeah. Okay, great. What makes you, in my professional and personal opinion, the best trainer in Raleigh?
Well, thank you. But I think it really comes down to a couple of things. I think one is kind of like our versatility and just kind of adaptability, where people that come here usually fall into 2 buckets. One bucket is people that have not really ever trained before. They have a lot of aches and pains, or they don't have any pain, but they just see where their life trajectory is taking them, and they see their family history of either pain, osteoporosis, other things that they have going on, and they want to change kind of their current habits. But the other bucket is also people that currently train, but for whatever reason, they keep getting hurt, they keep getting in their own way. And so we really specialize in taking kind of both people, because our approach really takes kind of some concepts of physical therapy, some concepts from Strong First, and kind of merge them together to be able to really take anybody, find their right starting point, and really get them to be as strong as possible.
Yeah, so, I love that philosophy. When I first came to you guys, we did an intro session together, and that was something that I noticed here. And I even stole some of the techniques you use, and I use them in my practice now as a medical provider. So it's kind of cool to see that gap, and I like that. That's something you guys use in your approach here. So that's great. What can you expect from a Movement Lab session? From session 1 to session 10, session 4 years from now. What does that look like for your patrons?
Well, the first time someone's here, what they go through is a kind of a movement assessment, and what that is, we basically look at someone's training history, someone's injury history, just kind of like a general health history, just to really find that right starting point. And then we take them through something called a movement assessment. And what that does, it just kind of quantifies someone's movement, where it's easy to tell, oh, someone can squat, someone doesn't look very good squatting, or that hurts someone's knee when they squat. And we can kind of put some numbers on that to see where to start someone on each exercise. And so that's generally the first visit is finding out where someone's starting point is. And from there, I think really what's different about our gym versus a lot of other places is that it's a very teaching intensive atmosphere. People aren't going to be leaving in a puddle of sweat. Eventually we get there, but not on day one, because it's a very teaching intensive, learning how to deadlift correctly, how to squat correctly, things like the Turkish get up, things like dead bugs,
Right.
learning the fundamentals first, making sure we have that good foundation to kind of build on top of that. And so that's really what's different, I think, in the first initial sessions. But each session just kind of builds. So like when you learn how to squat and deadlift correctly, you don't need to learn that from the beginning. Mm-hmm. We can just keep on building from there.
Right. That's great. No, that's awesome. We love to hear that. That's great news.
Yeah.
How can people get in touch with you? How can they, reach out and potentially get in here?
Yep. I think the best way to get in touch with us is to reach out through our website. Our website is movementlabraleigh.com. And you can just kind of fill out the form and do that. You can also give us a call. But just electronic being what it is probably the best bet is just send us a note. So.
And we'll have the website underneath the video for you guys.
Cool.
And the phone number will be there if you guys need to reach out that way too.
Awesome.
But thanks for sitting with me today. I really appreciate it. And
thanks,
everyone, highly recommend it. Best trainers in Raleigh. Nowhere else to go.
Thank you.